Soups. They're a wonderful part of a good diet. They're a great filler-upper, and there's so many ways you can make them, so many ingredients you can use. In this case, I'm making a simple little spinach soup. What I'm going to do is to bulk up the protein with the soup, I'm going to finish it with a nice dollop of good low-fat cottage cheese, which is a fantastic protein source. Going to add a little garlic in here, onions, and to give it a little bit of texture, because the spinach on its own wouldn't have much texture, and kind of the thickening agent, if you like. I'm just going to chop up finely a few potatoes, blend the whole lot together. Very easy. But just to dwell on spinach just for a moment. Spinach, marvelous, marvelous vegetable, full of vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C, very, very good source of magnesium. Now, interestingly, they say spinach is a great source of iron, and yes, it is, but it's not hem iron. So this type of iron that you'll find in spinach is a little bit more difficult for your body to absorb. So if you're relying on spinach to a good extent to try get iron content, it's very, very important that you eat quite a lot of vitamin C rich foods along with it. Say the tomatoes, red bell peppers and the like. But again, fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, spinach is a really superb vegetable, very versatile. You can use it in so many things, and with this lovely, bright, vibrant green soup, which I'm going to just finish with my little bit of, just to get a bit of protein in there, I'm going to have my cottage cheese. And just to add a little bit of texture as well, another thing is some toasted hazelnuts I'm just going to sprinkle over the top. And now I'm just going to get on and cook this. For the soup, a drop of oil, I'm using a little drop of olive oil, about a tablespoon, into a good heavy pot with a tight fitting lid. I've pre-chopped my potatoes into a nice small rough dice. I'm going to be blending, you don't have to be precise. My onions and my celery. And into those, I'm just going to add those straight into the pot. I'm going to just season with a little bit of salt. And just a pinch of pepper. I'm using a potassium salt. Because good for the old blood pressure. And also at this stage, I'm just going to add about a quarter cup of water, just to get the old steam going and just to get things moving along. Pop your lid on that, and when you have your lid on, you're sweating your vegetables till they become tender. Also at this stage, I'm adding my garlic. I haven't bothered chopping my garlic, I know I had said in the recipe, but I'm going to be blending this dish, so I'm just popping my cloves of garlic in at this point as well. As you're sweating your vegetables, if you do find that your potatoes, celery and onions are getting a little bit dry, just add a little drop of water as necessary. Don't keep adding oil, otherwise you'll end up with an old greasy soup. When your vegetables start to become a little bit tender, I'm now going to add about half a litre of water. Just about cover the vegetables. Just loosen any that might be a little bit stuck to the side. We'll allow them simmer in that small amount of water. And just let these cook till they become tender. Now when your vegetables all become tender, I'm now finally going to add in my spinach at the very end. And I've washed my little spinach here. And I'm just going to place it all in. We'll kind of push it down. Don't worry if it seems a lot. It will wilt down. So, push that all on there. If you have to add a little drop more water, you can. But be cautious, you probably don't need to add as much as you might realise. Pop the lid on that, and we'll allow our spinach wilt down. It'll take maybe about 3 minutes. Having waited about 3 minutes, and you may need to add just a little bit more water, just to kind of bring up the level a bit. Don't be afraid with that. As you can see, my spinach is all wilting down nicely. I'm just going to let that cook for about another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to blend the whole lot together, just using a hand blender. So quite literally after waiting 2 minutes, as you can see, that's all after cooking down now that spinach. It goes into nothing very, very quickly. And now I'm just going to blend that all up with my hand blender. So having blended that all up, as you can see, I have this lovely vibrant green soup. And now you can just adjust the seasoning to your tastes, and then it's all ready for serving. This soup will actually freeze very, very well also. Now it's only a case of finishing off a bowl of this soup. So let's get a nice appropriate bowl. As you can see, it's fabulous, fabulous green color, this soup. I'll just simply ladle a little of the soup into a nice bowl. Then what I'll do is take my cottage cheese, put a nice dollop in the middle. And that's going to give lovely creaminess and texture and also bring protein into the dish, which is very, very important. So a generous dollop of cottage cheese in the middle. Onto that, I'm going to just take my hazelnuts. These have been toasted and peeled. I'm going to put some of my hazelnuts over the soup. And then to finally finish, a nice drizzle of olive oil just to richen the whole thing up. And there you have it, a lovely spinach soup with hazelnuts, cottage cheese. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants, good hit of protein. I hope you enjoy it.